switch onto the extractor there, 99%. A little bit of an advantage for Charlie's Unicorns. And yeah, Northern Spawn for Imagine. Looking for a 3-2 split. I didn't even know that event was there. Alright, yeah, so they seem to be meeting up in Falls. And if you look for the Marine side, you've got actually a complete difference. So Ramblemo hiding at the back, helping with the power, completely different playstyle for the Charlie's Unicorns compared to the previous round. Risking B1, you can see how much more aggressive they're allowed to be. They're getting parasites on both of these guys. You can probably see parasites on these guys as well. And once you can see the enemy, you can make such better decisions about fighting them. Owns are coming straight in from behind, and as Raniel is now overwhelmed, Extract is vulnerable, and they went Crag Hive. Small, I can't remember when this went in, but small nerf to aliens is now they don't get Enzyme as standard on the Drifter. It's actually part of Shift Hive now. Charlie's Unicorn's making a smart play just to rush straight into Falls now that they lost Seeding and Canopy. Canopy actually defended from the respawn, and Wob comes in. There's 3 Marines though, they're playing well. Lepidus is the only alien left alive. The mucous membrane is dropped. Lepidus actually sneaks a little bit of a sneaky kill onto Zinky there. But CU in a good position to actually get this 3rd extractor down and probably replace Seeding when they can. Canopy is defended. Ramblemo and Azraniel, they probably want to go to platform and have one of these 2 guys in Falls actually spread out to Seeding and start recapping. Flarex probably wanted to do that and then gets Fluxicorn Pony. Get Fluxicorn Pony on defensive Falls. But as you see, these guys aren't confident. They want to group up. They don't want to spread out at all, and they don't want to rely on their own skill. They want to. I think they need to spread out a little bit more, cap more extractors. You can see Ramblemo is completely overwhelmed right now. 4 skulks in the center right now, and they've just stormed past 2 players without losing a single skulk. 2 guys at Seeding for the recap. They even went and killed the power node there. And there's no armory. They went straight for an... Oh, nice. Early weapons 1. I didn't notice that. That's going to help them a lot. You've got to keep up with upgrades in this game. If you end up in the 5-minute mark and you haven't got any upgrades and you're running out of extractors, you're gonna have a sucky team when the fades come out. They're going for all the power nodes just to make sure that these Marines have no res for as long as possible. You can see that's really costing them in Seeding. For huge amounts of time, they're struggling to have extractors up. Lepidus getting caught out there. Does a bit of a parasite onto Zinky from behind. I think he missed, but Ramblemo heard, and now you've got 4 more Marines all very close together, and actually 2 spreading out. Zinky actually leading the charge into Falls, but he's going for the power node, and he sees it's dead, and he's probably... Oh, that's an intimidating position. That's just a crazy amount of time to spend building, because that power node takes a huge amount of time when you haven't got a welder. And this armor is finally built, but Zinky does not have a welder there, so it's taking him a huge amount of time to repair this thing. And by that time... 3 skulks coming in. B1 with a huge amount of speed onto Ramblemo, and Zinky's caught out without line of sight, and he was sat in that power node building it. It does get taken out. Actually, Risk is killing it. I'm not sure if that affects it. Flarerectomy and Fluxicorn Pony getting caught out by Lepidus. B1 probably going to come in from the side a little bit late. Looks like Lepidus 2v1 these guys. And now the extractor is vulnerable, and I wonder if they'll go for the power node as well. Onzer and Wob sneaking in this. Actually, this corridor is very close to their base, and they're struggling to even get out of there. Zinky has Raniel and Ramblemo, and again the power node goes down. Just to increase the amount of time that the Marines have to spend to reinforce some of these extractors. They're going for the power node. They've got the welders now. That's going to help quite a lot. Welders help a lot when you're building up power nodes again. And Fluxicon Pony goes down. The eastern side is vulnerable. Power node is being bitten. And the Marines are just struggling to get out of their own base. You can see that the aliens are just going to keep spreading. They're just going to keep moving forward. Keep getting kills on either side. And essentially we just get to watch the Imagine guys just essentially play as best as they want. Ramblemo and Zinky, they're both taking a bit of Parasite. They have got weapons 1, so they're a little bit of an advantage early on. But they're going to be losing that advantage soon with the initial lurks coming out. We've got Lepidus and maybe B1 on respawn. On those lurks, Lepidus, let's check him out. That did not work. Coming into Bamboo Pass, so they know these guys are almost getting outside of their own extractor area, and they're not happy with that. Lepidus flies in first. The mucous membrane dropped down early just to make sure that no one dies. They're cleaned up without really much damage going on to any of these guys. Warbones are on Lepidus onto the extractor, and then finally, just as they get 1 extractor up in Seeding, they lose 1 in Canopy. And here's Risk on that second lurk. Doesn't take much damage when he swoops in there. I really think he should have been punished for that. And Lepidus comes in from behind. Flarerectomy takes 2 bites, 3 bites. As Raniel... Wow, fantastic biting from Lepidus. That third kill wasn't quite as impressive, but those first kills, he didn't miss a single bite, and that's so impressive to do at such high speeds. Extractor is dropped in platform. These guys are spreading to falls as well, so Alien's looking really strong right now. Well, apart from the lack of upgrades, I'm not sure why they're opting out of upgrading at all. It's a little bit expensive to spread out this far, but I think you can still afford a shell or two. Especially at the 5-minute mark. B1 and Risk and Lepidus, that's 2 Lurks and a Skulk defending this corridor. Lepidus taking quite a lot of damage. Risk comes in with very low energy. He's going to be struggling to fly outside of this room. He is caught out. Fluxicorn knows it. He's chasing him, and he's actually choosing to go through the base. And there's no one to stop him. Ramblemo and Zinky, they've hopefully, it's been called and they know it, and Zinky knows it, and he's eager to get that kill. But Owensor coming in with Wob. And if these Marines go down, and they've actually snuck past him. Zinky didn't quite manage to get the kill onto the Lurk. He takes out the Skulks, which is nice. But Owensor knows it. That's exactly what they wanted to do. Just sacrifice the Skulks, distract the Marines, and get that Lurk out, because the Lurk is worth much more than 2 Skulks. Fluxicorn Pony, Flatherectomy, and Ezraniel. Actually, Fluxicorn Pony's hiding here, but these guys are actually just building up the Extractor. Let's see if they can get anything done. Lepidus flies very vigorously. He's going straight in towards them, but Fluxicorn Pony's actually not quite the advantage I thought he would have. Lepidus not really getting much damage on, but the aliens, they're still in the fight. The Marines are slowly going down, and the Marines, they're not shooting. They're not doing any damage. Risk somehow lands, and he's flying all the way around. He's still not being taken out of the fight. He's really low. He's going to get out if they don't shoot him. And that he's crazy flying, and they don't shoot him. They don't take him up the sky. Drifter comes in. Looks like Owensor and Wob may be looking to drop on these guys. Mucous Membrane probably will drop just beforehand. And there it is, drops, and then they come down. Zinky and Ramblemo trying to position themselves, but they're, in my opinion, a little bit too close to each other. You kind of want a little bit of distance so that when they drop on one guy and start attacking him, this guy gets a really nice line of sight onto them. That's just embarrassing from Ramblemo. I think they did alright. Bit of a 2v2. You just gotta position yourself nicely and then aim how you always do. You just gotta aim well. But ultimately there, I think the positioning would have helped quite a lot. Lepidus taking a lot of damage. He's trying to sneak around past Ezraniel. And Risk comes in just in time. Distracts Ezraniel, even takes him out. Lepidus comes back in with the Crag heal. Flatherectomy getting taken out, and then Fluxicorn Pony's all alone against 2 Lurks. They're flying around him. He's completely overwhelmed, and he gets taken out. Go back to Canopy, where these guys looks like they've taken out an Extractor recently. Wob and Owensor finally making a move into this room. And Ramblemo and Zinky off of that respawn after being killed we just saw previously in Bamboo. Past Zinky maybe making his way with a welder. Ramblemo all alone, maybe getting a bit of damage onto Owensor, not quite enough to kill him, and this Mucous Membrane is really valuable right now. They're using it a lot, and it seems to be helping. 6 Extractors for Imagine. And look at this, Risk just swoops in and doesn't take anywhere near enough damage. When they fly in straight like that, you've got to punish them. B1 climbing over the top of whatever the hell this is. Lepidus and Risk come in to back him up. Flatherectomy and Ezraniel with the rifles reloading. You can see Ezraniel's completely out of ammo. Brings out the pistol, but it's not enough to clear these guys. And even with without the Drifter support, they've got plenty of health. Owensor and Wob, they have got the Drifter support this time. Ramblemo and Zinky, they're the 2-man team trying to take Canopy, but they're a little bit overwhelmed. Wob gets a little bit of a parasite. Owensor taking a bit of damage. I think he has regen, so he's not too worried about that. Wob full health, full energy as well. So Ramblemo sitting there with 99%. He's going to get taken out. And Zinky falls back for a shotgun. Nice one. Everyone's going shotgun. You can see all the shotguns, and Fluxicorn Pony goes down with the shotgun, and they've called it as well, so they know what's happening. And let's look at the P-res. 50 P-res for Wob. They haven't actually gone for a fade. They're going for a triple Onos, which is... we shall see that happen soon enough. Risk and Lepidus, they are just nicely... maybe they're sleeping, but they're just waiting there in the corner. And it looks like Fluxicorn Pony... yep, recycled his shotgun. It's fully reloaded. He's good to go. And huge spike damage. They're taking him out with spikes. That's mad. Look at them. They're so terrified. These shotguns. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Fluxicorn Pony is terrified right now. I mean, it's usually not such a hard counter, but shotguns really aren't that good against Lurks. If they choose to go long range, if you haven't got a rifle involved, they will just do that. That's incredible. Look at this choke point. So abusive. And again, they're just staying long range. They got the regen, so they'll take a little bit of damage, but not enough to scare them off. And Risk has got plenty of energy. Lepidus has run out, really, so he should be careful. You don't want to get caught on the ground without energy. If you can't fly off, you'll take huge amounts of damage. Ezraniel gets taken out. Fluxicorn Pony struggling for health. Flatherectomy also struggling for health. And they just want their shotguns. They just want to be left alone. Oh my goodness. And Canopy as well. You've got a similar situation. 2 Skulks on the roof. Keeping probably Ramblemo and Zinky at bay, even though they've got a shotgun involved. And when are those Onos are going to be coming out very soon. So 58 P-Res just ticked over. B1 flies in. Fluxicon Pony is all alone. Lepidus comes in with a single bite, flies off. B1 comes in, finishes him off. And there's a bit of a double respawn, actually a bit of a choke on the respawns here. If they maybe get a couple of kills early on, they might be able to choke them in the spawn. Loki jumps out of the chair. Risk gets taken out, that's it, finally. Loki in the comm chair gets out and does a fantastic kill onto the Lurk. Maybe he shouldn't be in the comm chair so often. It looks like Zinky and Ramblemo have been taken out, so B1 camping the spawns. He goes for Zinky. Zinky too swift, though. Fluxicon and his Raniel, they're all stuck in their base. Okay, so good game is going to be in about 30 seconds. Where's the... Oh, actually, Wob's taken a lot of damage, so they've noticed that Onos. But where are they upgrading? Hopefully not up here. Oh, yeah, it's taking forever. Okay, so soon enough we'll see the 3 Onos, and they'll probably charge. And they probably won't be enough to stop them. They've got weapons, 1 shotguns. But they got lurks, and the Onos will probably just rotate one to the other. Mucous membrane. There it is. And go for the respawns. The IPs. There's still 2 dead. 1 dead still. Onzor goes straight for Zinky. Actually, they got a little bit of a mismatch there. Onzor not quite sure where to go. Zinky playing well. He's got good distance. Wob as well taking a kill. Fluxicon Pony's alone in the base. Commander is terrified. He doesn't want to get out of the chair and help these guys. And it looks like maybe these 2 from the east side of the map are going to have to fall back and retreat and maybe deal with his Onos. But as soon as they do, I bet the Lurks come behind, take him out. And it's not called yet, but that's a good game. He's got like 5 health. Oh my goodness. Just waiting for the spawn. They're going for the kills. They don't want to win the game. Ramblemo and Zinky on the respawn. 3 Onos in their base. I could probably predict who's going to win this game. Yeah, they got the second hive. They got 3. Wow, they got 3 hives. They've dropped the comm chair and platform. Not sure it's going to be enough to win the game. Why is B1 upgrading? Anyway, that's a good game. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.